So there's a ton of buzz around a new condo launch in Queenstown called Penrith, and for good reason. Today, we're going to dig deep and answer the big question on everyone's mind. Could this actually be the smartest property buy of 2025? I'm your host, Karen Seal, and if you have any questions along the way, feel free to reach out to me at 9653-0527. Let's get right into it. To really get what's going on with Penrith, we have to start with one simple number: 7. Now this number, it's the key to the entire story. So what's the big deal with the number 7?
Well, it's the number of years, 7 long years, that Queenstown has been waiting for a new private condo. Penrith is the very first launch in this prime area since way back in 2018. You can just imagine the kind of pent-up demand that's been building up all this time. It's huge.
And that brings us to our first section, Queenstown's 7-year wait. Let's explore what this kind of scarcity really means when a new project finally drops in such a popular, mature, city fringe estate.
So, why is Queenstown so desirable in the first place? Well, for starters, it's a fantastic City Friends location in District 3, with amazing connectivity and everything you need right at your doorstep. It's a magnet for renters, so investors love it. But here's the real kicker. It has a proven track record of million-dollar HDB flats. That means there's this built-in, ready and waiting pool of HDB upgraders who already live there, love the area, and are looking for their next home.
Okay, so we know why Queenstown is hot. Now let's talk about where Penrith sits. And we're not going to look at it in a vacuum. We're going to put it right up against its well-known neighbors to see how it really stacks up.
Now, if you just glance at this chart, you might think, a 5-minute walk, Penrith isn't the closest to the MRT. And you'd be right. Queen's Peak and Commonwealth Towers are basically on top of the station. But, and this is a big but, being the closest isn't always the best thing.
And here's why. The train line here, the east-west line, runs on tracks above ground. You know that sound, the rumble of the train passing by? Well, being just a little bit further away, like its super popular neighbor Sterling Residences, is actually a huge advantage. It means peace and quiet. You get all the convenience without the constant noise pollution, which is a massive win for your quality of life. And check this out. Here's another hidden advantage: plot density. Look at that last column. Penrith gives each home 223 square feet of the site area. That's way more than its neighbors. What does that mean for you? It means more breathing room, more open communal space, a less crowded feeling, and a much greater sense of exclusivity.
Okay, let's talk about the thing everyone really wants to know about: the money. In this section, we're going to break down the price tag and see exactly where Penrith's incredible value comes from. And just a reminder, if these numbers bring up questions, I'm Karen Seal, and my number is 9653-0527. It all started with a really smart move by the developers. They snagged the land plot for Penrith at just over $1,100 per square foot per plot ratio. Now, to put that in perspective, look at the other recent land sales in popular spots like Toapeo and Clementi. They paid significantly less, and that lower starting cost is a huge, huge advantage.
So what on earth is PSF-PPR? Don't worry, it's pretty simple. It's just the price the developer pays for the land divided by how much they're allowed to build on it. So a lower number, like the one Penrith has, means the developer has a lower cost base. This gives them way more wiggle room to offer a really competitive launch price to buyers like you.
And this is where it all comes together. This is the big one. Because of that smart land buy, the estimated price for a brand new 2-bedroom apartment at Penrith comes in at just under $1.5 million. Now look at the resale price for a similar older unit at Sterling Residences. It's actually more expensive. Let that sink in. You can get a brand new condo with all new facilities for less than the price of a resale unit next door. That is an absolutely incredible value proposition.
Okay, so the price is right, but what are you actually getting for your money? In this next section, we're going to see how Penrith isn't just a building, it's a home that's been thoughtfully designed specifically for HDB upgraders and young families.
You can tell everything you need to know just by looking at this chart. The developers are laser-focused on families. Almost 70% of all the units are 3 and 4 bedrooms. And you know what's missing? Not a single 1-bedroom unit in sight. That's not an accident. It's a clear signal that they want to build a real community of owner-occupiers, not just a building full of short-term rentals.
Plus, you're literally getting more space for your money. Penrith is built under newer regulations. Let me break this down in simple terms. The outdoor space for your aircon unit doesn't count towards the floor area you pay for. So when you compare it to older condos, the square footage at Penrith is almost all pure usable indoor living space. More bang for your buck.
And the facilities, they absolutely scream family first. You almost never see a full-size tennis court in a development this size. But the real game changer? An actual childcare center right on site with its own drop-off point. Can you imagine the convenience for young parents? It's incredible. Throw in 2 stunning roof gardens, a 50-meter lap pool. It's the perfect setup for a modern family.
So let's pull all these threads together. In our final section, we're going to lay out the complete investment case for Penrith, looking at both the powerful arguments for it and the potential risks you should be aware of.
So here it is, the final verdict. The case for Penrith is really strong. You've got that fantastic entry price, a ton of upgrader demand in an area that's been starved for new supply, and super efficient layouts. But you also have to weigh the other side. It does face a very popular competitor in Sterling Residences, it's not surrounded by multiple top-tier primary schools, and it's launching at a time when the overall market is starting to cool down.
And that brings us to the bigger picture. If we zoom out, Singapore's economy has matured. The crazy go-go years of rapid property price growth are likely behind us. We're now entering what experts call a plateauing phase. And in this new reality, getting in at the right price is more important than it has ever been.
And that leaves us with one last, very important question for you to think about. In a market where we can't just expect prices to keep shooting up, does getting a brand new condo at a price that's almost the same as an older resale unit represent the smartest and maybe even the safest bet you can make? That's the real question. Thanks for tuning into this breakdown. If you want to explore this further, again, my name is Kieran Tsao, and you can always reach me at 9653-0527. Hope to hear from you soon.